Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelious. Welcome to the Jaden Show. Another Sunday has fallen upon us. I'm Jaden Cornelious, your hostess with also the mostess, and today have I got a treat for you. We're going all the way to Berlin in Germany to meet an amazing British artist. His name's Paul Middleton. He's a super talented guy with such a beautiful voice. I am actually a huge fan, and I know you're going to love him and his music. Before we go and meet the man and chat to him, let's go and watch a little bit of him in action. This is Paul Middleton.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. It's pretty clear that I'm not over you. I'm still thinking about the things you do. So I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Can you light the fire? I need somebody that can take control. I know exactly what I have to do, but I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Look what you made me do, I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do, I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do, I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do, I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Dancing with a stranger. With a stranger. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to click subscribe, and if you like this track or would like more music, click the link in the description.
How super beautiful is that voice? Let's go and meet Paul. We need to get there as quick as possible. Welcome this week's special guest, the amazing Paul Middleton. Paul Middleton! Hello.
Hello. Hey.
How are you doing? In sunny Berlin?
Yeah. It has actually been really good weather here the last week, so yeah, it's been lovely.
Lovely, mate. And I'm hearing a real strong German accent in your voice, so kind of guessing you're from London, right?
Yeah, I'm from London. I've just moved to Berlin 2 years ago, just as the lockdown was starting. Actually, in between the two lockdowns, and yeah, I'm here in Berlin. I'm happy. I'm loving it, and it's great.
And why Germany? What made you change?
My partner. So I met my partner here, and I was singing out here, doing a gig, and a friend said, "Come to this bar," and then yeah, met my partner, and yeah, and haven't looked back since. I decided to move.
Do you speak German?
9. No. It's kind of, I have a list of like priorities of jobs and whatever, and German just keeps getting knocked down to like third or fourth. So I was like, this is my priority. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, now I've got something else to focus on. I'm really bad with languages. At school, I was terrible. So I was really bad at languages. Yeah, so I just kind of want to make sure that when I do learn German, it's my sole attention, and I'm not focusing on anything else. So.
Duolingo, have you got that on your phone?
No, but I've heard great things about that. And there's also a online course, or we're teaching or whatever, which I think I'll probably be better at, called Lingoda or Lingoda. Yeah, and that's really good as well. I'm not sure if I've got the discipline to kind of do it by myself, and I think I need to kind of report to someone and say, okay, I've done my work. Yeah.
I had to put it as part of my routine. Whereas I do literally my 5 minutes of Spanish on Duolingo, like, as I'm feeding my dogs in the morning. So every morning I will do literally, I set myself 3 minutes a day Spanish. So, and I speak sufficient Spanish now. In fact, I probably speak more Spanglish than English now, to be fair. But it's kind of, when I first came to Mexico, couldn't say, well, 5 words. Hola, gracias, adios, por favor. No, that was it. So now I can kind of hold a conversation. So it's taken me a while. So, mate, I have to say, huge fan. I love your voice, dude.
Thank you. That's really that's very, very kind of you, and I appreciate that, man. And can I say likewise? I checked you out, and wow, you've got a phenomenal voice as well. Like I wasn't for some reason I wasn't expecting that voice, the classical sound to come out. I was just like totally like I was like wow. I listened to your version of "She Moved Through the Fair," and I love that song because one of my favorite pop bands from the '90s that covered it as well. And I was like, I wonder if it is that song. And I was like, so it took me back, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, sweet, man! Oh, I'm pleased you liked it. Thank you so much. That's 2 people that like me now. That's super cool. That's super cool. So, what's going on musically for you at the moment, man? I mean, are you working musically in Germany?
Yeah. So I'm an independent artist, so which means I pretty much do everything by myself. I'm kind of like what I would say. A struggling kind of artist. I believe in kind of like, you know, I'm very passionate about singing. I love it. It's my hobby. It's incredibly hard work, as I'm sure you're aware. And I kind of, I'm focusing right now. Well, I've just released a song, You're Still the One. It's a cover of Shania Twain. So I'm kind of in covers at the moment, doing covers. So I've just released that, and it's been really well received, and people seem to love it. It's kind of like a new,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's I put a lot of time and love into it. You know, I was in a good place, and I wanted to kind of put something out quite upbeat and summery and fun and a bit dancey. And because I kind of sing a lot of ballads as well. I love singing ballads, but I'm also I love to do a bit of dad dancing. You know, when I'm on the floor or whatever, and that kind of is part of my personality. And you know, I just love to move, and that song just kind of really. It covers a lot of things for me. It's a very special song because it's beautiful lyrics by Shania Twain. I think she's amazing as well, and she's part of the reason why I chose to do that song. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. And my next project really is possibly thinking of releasing like a winter feel good CD. You know, maybe I say winter, maybe October, November time. For people, and yeah, so I'm just recording at the rate I can go. I'm enjoying the journey and feeling very lucky that I can do it, and having fun and meeting great people like yourself, which is awesome. So, and I just want to say thanks again for inviting me. It's really nice of you,
mate. You're so talented. You're more than welcome. When did it all kind of begin for you? Like, when did you start? I mean, was you just like sitting back? You know, a 3-year-old like humming to ABBA, or you know, all of a sudden it wasn't until you got to 18 and you discovered you had a voice, or what?
And to be honest, I had to work hard. I think the voice, because I mean, when I was very, very small, my sister would pick me up from school, and we'd often sing hymns because my school would sing hymns that she knew, so. It was part of the community thing. So sometimes we would just sing in the car, and then my mum would sing. She was a massive influence, and you know, there's always music in the house. And at one point, I lived in Nigeria, and I was part of the choir there, and I was surrounded by these phenomenal singers. They all kids. We're all kids, and just like I was like, wow, this is absolutely beautiful, and I loved the idea of singing together. And there was this rumor going around. I still don't know what happened because I was probably about 8 when this happened. But we were taken to a recording studio, and we were told we were going to be backing singers for Michael Jackson's charity song. And this is the weird. So he released Earth Song at some point, but our song was kind of about saving animals. It was very much an animal, you know, looking after the lions and tigers, you know, and it was really good. And in this recording studio, I still remember it to the day, we were all in this booth. There was like 20 of us, maybe 30. And up above, like the next floor up, was the producer and kind of like all these people who I didn't have a clue. Obviously, there were sound engineers. And I just remember, you know, they whittled us down to the choir, they were obviously taking out kind of people who weren't singing as well. And I ended up in the final six. You know, there were six of us that got onto to this song, whatever. And but again, at that point, I was just like, I just enjoyed it. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be a singer. I was just like, okay, this is what I love, and it carried on even through school. You know, as a teenager, I loved singing in school together as part of a community, as a congregation, but then even then, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be a singer. And it wasn't until I was at university when they had a singing competition, and and I entered and I won, and you know, and I think I kind of won. There was this phenomenal singer who was like Mariah Carey. You know, she wasn't like Mariah Carey, but that was her kind of like thing you could see, and you know, and she was phenomenal. And I just kind of think, like, I don't know, they saw something in me, and so that planted the seed. And then I kind of applied to sing at this restaurant in Essex, and they took me, and from there it just went, okay, this is what I love doing. You know, wow. I learned. I used to sing in this restaurant with the most difficult customers, and it was just like, yeah, it was great fun and really kind of like hard work. But I loved it.
That's amazing, man. Okay, see, I was in a choir at school, but they kicked me out the choir because I was tone deaf. So no. I didn't see the difference. They really did. I was in the back of the choir, and I was the shortest. Like, I really did look like Harry Potter with these big National Health glasses, bass and haircut. And I was right at the back behind all the tall kids because I was so shy. And even there, I thought I was going to faint because people might be able to see me. And then I was just so tone deaf, they kicked me out in the end. So, complete difference. Have no idea how I ever became a singer. Really bad joke, I feel, for me. But
just going what you said, sometimes it's the knockbacks that kind of like set something in us, you know, because in school there was this elite choir. There was like a normal choir, then this like church choir type thing. And I just remember, like, you know, I was a strong singer, or a strongish singer. I remember going for it, and I just remember the choir master just didn't like me. He just didn't like me, and he made it obvious. Like, even when we were rehearsing and stuff, like, he just was like, "There's something not right, something not right." So maybe that kind of that you said, as something inside was like, "Well, actually, we can do it."
Do it anyway. This is actually one of the reasons why I'm kind of really not good with talent competitions on TV. Because the same thing, it's just like, you know, like, how dare you tell me that I can't live my dream? Because you don't happen to... I'd done Britain's Got Talent back in the day because they scouted me. I didn't apply for it. They scouted me and I went for, you know, last recording. And within... they changed my song literally 30 seconds before I was being pushed out onto stage. So literally I have to wait and listen to what's going to come on. So I have no idea. This is in front of Simon, Alicia, the lot. Have no idea.
You didn't even get to rehearse the song.
No, I didn't even know what song I was singing. They told me, we can't do a song, there's backing vocals at the end of it. Oh, you're on. And I'm like, what out of the three I sent, which one am I going to be singing? So I didn't have a clue. It was very quiet I could hardly hear it. So I started singing, and then within 3 seconds, Amanda Holden went like this, and she was like, And I've never ever watched it before, so I just stopped singing because I didn't know. I thought one person says they don't like you, you have to stop. I had no idea what to do. I wasn't told anything. And she went, "You are the most boring and I think one of the worst singers we've ever had on our show." And I was just like, okay,
that's really hard.
Worst. I'm probably not going to be the best, but I'm not going to be the worst.
No, that's yeah.
I'm
listening to your voice. God, you've got a lovely voice. You kind of...
Well, my mum likes it.
Huh?
I mean, mum likes it. So, actually, she refuses. She goes, "You're bloody depressing, you are, with all those ballads." She goes, "I can't listen to you. It makes me upset." So even my mum won't listen to me.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
that's what mums are for.
Yeah, to tell you you're bloody depressing. Yeah, cheers, man. So when did you start becoming like a solo vocalist? When did you start doing your own thing?
Probably 8 years ago. So speaking of mums, my mum died of cancer when I was 15, and so during kind of like singing in gigs and stuff, I developed a little tiny following this lovely group of women actually who were fantastic, and they said maybe you should do something. And so the first song, well, the first CD was very much kind of like with my mother in mind, and the profits from the CD went to cancer research. Now, this was before Spotify and kind of really I knew anything about Apple or iTunes. I mean, it's up there now, but at the time it was literally just purely CD stuff. And yeah, and then kind of the audience started to grow and grow, and then opportunities started coming my way, which was just like really lucky. I went to America. Just off the see, this is like when YouTube, where the algorithm would push your stuff out to everybody, and so being discovered was quite easy back then, I think. So I got approached to sing in America, and I went to Orlando to sing, and I went to New York to sing, which was awesome. And then I ended up doing all these little random gigs in Europe, and I was just like, it's great, and I think that's because I was kind of, I don't know. I'm obviously, people like the voice and stuff, and but I was just like, wow, this is incredible. And I've kind of stuck with recording and releasing music since 8 years ago, and it is hard work. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have great days and then you have really difficult days, but I just kind of feel so lucky that I'll never forget. It's still one of my best memories, actually, of stepping onto a plane, knowing I was going to America to sing, and someone was going to pay me to sing. Which ultimately is what I'm in this for. What any singer or artist wants, and it was the best feeling in the world. I'm not signed or anything like that. And it just kind of gave me that belief, really. I think it's inspired a lot of other people. Kind of, I seem to have attracted a little community of musicians or singers and independent artists who kind of like follow me a little bit, and it's lovely, and we all kind of support each other whenever we can, and it's great, because I think we need to support each other. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I started doing this show because of lockdown, and my opportunities to get out and sing were rapidly diminishing. And then obviously I live in Mexico, so there are a lot of English speakers here, but I live on my own. I thought I don't meet anyone here. Like, I don't meet artists and do collaborations and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just and I want to be able to chat because I like to chat, and in English because I miss doing that. And I kind of just wanted to meet really talented people, and that's why I started the Jaden Show, to kind of be a little bit of a platform to meet amazing people like yourself. Because I just think we do need to be supporting each other and helping each other out, and and mixing, and rather than being kind of isolated artists who only in the zone, man, just doing my music with my crew. You know what I mean? Like, one of my plans, which has kind of already started, I just haven't got the time to put it together, is with the Jaden Show. I wanted to do on my YouTube. It's called It's Do O'Clock, and I've got a list of 75 artists. I think it may be more than 100 now, from all over the world, that I'm going to do duets with, just for YouTube. Just so remotely duetting, whether it's classical or something in Spanish or something in German or French or whatever. I'm just doing duos with just.
I'd love. Look, I don't know if you want me on this, but I'd love to do something with you, man. I would love to do it.
You're booked, absolutely. We'll have a chat offline and think of something that we can do from Mexico to Berlin. That would be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'd love that, man. Thank you. Yeah, it'd be an honour, because I love your voice. So yeah.
Cheers, mate. Well, vice versa.
We get thinking now.
So yeah, we need to start planning. We need to start planning the duet. So what do you see the future? I mean, okay, let's not jump too far ahead. What are you doing now with your music? So have you just released Still the One, or is that kind of been out for a couple of months now?
It's not even a month old, but it is coming up to a month. So it was out on the 16th last month, and so I'm kind of winding down the promotion of that. If I'm honest, I'm kind of a bit burnt out from social media, because for those who don't know much about music and stuff, but so being an independent artist, you're the only one that kind of gets to show people what you do. You know, it's down to us. We don't have like a label or management or anything like that kind of. We don't have that team to kind of do it for us.
Shouldering it all, mate. Yeah.
Huh?
You're shouldering it all.
Yeah, we are shouldering it all, and so I'm kind of winding down the push of that. But what often happens after release is you're so mentally and also maybe physically a little bit burnt out. It doesn't happen after every release. It's just that this one's gone really well, and so I kind of feel like I've had to the momentum has been going really, really well. So I got played on Argentinian radio and Brazil radio, which was just like amazing. Yeah, well, for people who sing covers like myself, that doesn't happen really that often, and so it's lovely when it does, and it kind of takes you by surprise. So, and it also confirms kind of to me, it's kind of like, okay, Paul, you need to do your own stuff. You need to kind of, you know, start writing your own stuff, and that will come for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, you're still young. You've got plenty of time.
Oh, stop it! I'm not
when you get to my old age, son, you're.
We've got to be about the same age. How old are you?
I'm how old am I? I'm 50.
Are you allowed to say that?
Huh? 50 in 5 months, 6 months.
Oh, you look amazing for 50. Come on. And also,
yeah, man.
Age shouldn't stop. I mean, I know it's a young industry, and well, that's one of the things I'm kind of passionate about as well. Is that, you know, there should be life, you know, for people.
Absolutely.
You know, over a certain age. You know, why should it just be all about young people?
Absolutely.
Hey, look, we've all got stories to share. Young people haven't lived that much. We've got stories to share. We've got, like, you know, so I'm kind of very much pro, like, you know, be 60, be 50, whatever. Celebrate, enjoy yourself, do what you want. And I don't know what you think about this, but I'm going to bring up Madonna. I love Madonna. I think she's wonderful. She is at a certain age, and I think maybe I'm in two minds of this bit. Part of me thinks she needs to tone down the sexuality part, but then at the same time, I think, do you know what? She's breaking boundaries for us that are going to sometimes be that age and want to kind of share who we are with the world.
It's very difficult because, like, for me, I think you've got to be you no matter what. I think you've got to do you because only you can do you, right? And to the best of your ability. So, you know, I think if it becomes because of a fear of something, then I think that's particularly unhealthy. So I think it's more than just about getting operations and, you know, going a little bit crazy with the sexuality. If you are, because you're so petrified of aging, you're holding on to it with some really, like, negative obsession. If you're just out there enjoying it because you're still sexy, you still got it going on, you can still do it, then I think that's healthy. So I think the foundation of where that comes from is my main concern. And also, it does come to a stage, you know, like, I watched something with, I can't remember the song with Maluma.
Yes.
And there's part of it that I actually found myself cringing because it was like your mum's, well, you know, like your second auntie at your cousin's wedding, and she's in her 60s and she's trying it on with, like, you know, your best man, 20 years old. And there was part of it I was like, love, you can be sexy without being, like, crass. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you've got age and elegance and beauty. Like, and don't get me wrong, you know, like, sometimes there's some photos and some TikTok videos of Madonna, I'm thinking, oh, you're looking a bit rough, love it. But I also think, we're dead, you know, even if we get to live until 100 years, we're dead pretty quickly, mate. Yeah. I mean, so do what you've got to do while you've got to do it, as long as it's coming from the right foundations. If it's coming from a place of celebration of self, get on. If it's coming from a place of absolute fear of it all ending and you being too old, then you probably need therapy before you start acting.
It's funny that and I really like that you said you could be sexy by being elegant and not being too crass. And I think, you know, like, I watched the Madonna performance as well, and part of me was sort of like, okay, it is a little bit cringe, but then I kind of stopped myself and said, well, wait, why do I think this is cringe? And in some ways, I just think it's because we're not used to seeing it. I think that's partly what it is. And that's why I kind of applauded for doing it, because there's not many people at Madonna's age doing that.
Absolutely.
You know, like, people still say that about TikTok. you know, TikTok is cringe, you know, and I mean, I sometimes think it's cringe as well. I have a love-hate relationship with social media, but it's become the norm now because so many people are doing it, and because, you know, people have embraced it. And so the one thing I take away with Madonna, I don't know how we got into this, but is, yeah, you can be sexy in an elegant way, and kind of, you don't have to be so kind of like.
I'm pretty sure the people before us, you know, it's because of what we're used to. So, you know, I'm sure my mum found Marty Wilde and Elvis super sexy, and now I think, good looking boys, man, good looking boys don't really do it for good looking boys. Whereas now I find Maluma and, you know, and other guys really sexy and think, fucking hell, they're really hot, man. Whereas my mum's like, oh no, they're too common, vulgar. And now we're doing the whole kind of vulgar thing to like different, you know, because it all just shifts generations, right? But no, I just think you've got to be you, and authentic you, and if that is flirtatious and cringy, then that is what it is. I mean, but as long as it's coming, I mean, like, you know, we lost, for me, a pure icon like Olivia Newton-John a few weeks ago, and you know, desperately, I was floored by it, actually. Never thought I would be, but I was completely floored by it. But I went and saw her 7 years ago live at the, no, maybe more, 8 years ago, in the Royal Albert Hall. So that woman would have been kind of mid to late 60s at that point. She was fucking awesome, man. She was super incredible artist, and live she rocked that joint. Like, one of the best artists I've ever heard live ever. I mean, she really pulled it out of the bag, man. And she was fucking beautiful and fucking sexy. I'm a gay man, and even I was going like, I think I want to marry you. Just a beautiful, sexy, elegant woman, you know, in her mid to late 60s, you know. Just, so there's that different, you know. And I know you got, you know, the raunch Madonna and the, you know, and the Sandra D Olivia Newton-John, but at the same time, it is, for me, Olivia Newton-John was more authentic. She was playing to her strengths, whereas sometimes Madonna comes across as trying too hard to still be that 30-year-old diva. Yeah, and she's still a sexy woman. She's still an immensely talented woman. So I kind of think, even if she didn't kind of twerk in front of Maluma's face or stick her tongue down another artist, I still think that people would still find her sexy, even if she wasn't trying to push it in your face.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I kind of, I mean, I think that's a good point.
But I will need you to come back in 10 years' time when I am the same age as Madonna, and you can feed back to me whether I'm crass, vulgar, because you do get to that stage, like we was talking earlier before the interview, you know, like my last video where I, you know, we decided I'm going to kiss a guy in my last video, and that was super amazing. In fact, it was fucking amazing because he was super handsome. But you know, I might not have done that 25 years ago, you know, because of the climate 25 years ago, but. And maybe if I kissed a 20-year-old in the sea in 20 years' time when I'm nearly 70, that's going to look pretty uncomfortable as well. You know, so I think it's kind of playing to your strengths and playing to, you know, like who you are and what you are. And we're all getting older, so you kind of have to take that into account as well. It's like, how should I be, not in a prudish way conducting myself, but like what do I want to be giving out at this age? You know, I've been singing for over 30 years. You know, I've sung over probably 4,000 to 5,000 shows, over 300 million people worldwide. I've done my work, you know. Kind of like, I'm at a stage now where part of me kind of thinks, fuck it, I'm going to do what the hell I want. I'm going to kiss that boy in the Caribbean Sea, and I don't care if my mum was in fact, she went, oh, he's ever so handsome. Is that your new boyfriend? I was like, no, mum, he's straight, but thank you very much for asking. But now, you know, I think as you get older, you lose your inhibitions because you don't give a shit. So, like I said, if that's where Madonna's coming from, like, fuck it, I really don't care. I'm going to do what I want because I can. Because I've earned these stripes, because I'm now getting on a bit. Then great. But if it's coming from a complete phobia of, I don't want to get old, I still need to be sexy and wanted, and, you know, then that's... The problem is more with her, not with anyone watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
I will be monitoring your career, sir. And if I see conical bras in 30 years' time, we will be talking.
Look, I've got one underneath here already. So
really, but the camera's just a little bit. See, you're all right, mate. The future. What does the future hold for you, Mr. M?
I kind of feel like I'm ready to start writing. So the reason why I've not written up my own stuff is I'm a gay man, and kind of for those who don't really kind of understand is that when we're teenagers, when I was going through my teens, whatever, there's all this like homophobic language thrown around, and still is today, really. And it kind of, when you're not sure who you are as a teenager, you kind of start building up walls. And whether people admit this or not, but you kind of go into like almost a self-defense kind of mode, and you end up putting on a front which I guess isn't really your authentic self. And it's not that I was lying, it's just like I just was hiding because I just wanted life to be easy for me, and I didn't want to. You
don't want to get your head kicked in.
Yeah, exactly. which is awful. It is awful when you say that, because that's really what it's about. You just don't want to be hated.
Yeah.
And of course, but we do. Like you learn, or I learned that being gay was, well, not a bad thing, but you think it's a bad thing, and then you're dealing with your own feelings and your own sexuality, and then it takes a long time to unravel this. And I've read a couple of books about it, and there is a point where on a journey, on my journey anyway, where you kind of go, okay, it's time to really work out who you are and start loving yourself for who you are. And so it's taken me this long to kind of get to the point where, okay, I think I'm ready to start writing authentically my own album. So covers at the moment has been kind of almost a bit of therapy. Some of the songs are mental health related, some of them are about love, some of them are about heartache, some are about loss, some about having a good time, so it's kind of been therapy for me in a lot of way. But I kind of feel like now I'm ready to, I want to reach out and say to people, will you produce my album, and do you want to get involved in this project? And so I'm excited, but I'm really nervous about it, because I think I've got a lot of expectations from kind of like my fans and listeners, and so I want it to be the best it can be. So I'm not rushing it either.
That's the joys of being an artist, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're writing, it's from your soul, mate. It's part of who you are. So that almost makes you more vulnerable as well, because when people judge your album, they're judging the essence of you, I guess.
Yeah, totally, and kind of. But it's taken me. I'm going on that. I think it's taken me this long to kind of be ready for that and not care, because I know the people that will enjoy it. They're the people I want to celebrate with, and I don't. If people don't want to or whatever, which is fine. There's lots of music out there, and people got different tastes, which is fine. And so I've kind of got to that place where, okay, you don't like it, move on. There's no hard feelings.
No, it just is. Absolutely. I found the biggest thing that has kind of set me free on many levels of my life is no expectations, no disappointments. I do something because I love to do it. That's it.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something for the expectation of a particular outcome, then that's going to bring disappointments on some level. So now I just do what I do because I love doing it, because I want to do it. I don't care if no one, including my mum, don't listen to it, or even with the Jaden show on. I just wanted to talk and meet people. So
that's great. That's actually a really, really good mindset to have. Actually, no expectations and do it for the joy. I actually thank you, because I think that's really sound advice. Actually,
well, it's kept me sane-ish.
Yeah.
Well, I moved 9,000 kilometers from London to a different culture, to a different language, to a different climate, to a different everything, and had to start again every single part of my life.
Wow.
So I thought, I'm kind of done with having expectations on how I'm going to be received, or just going to be me, authentic.
But on that note, look how well it's turned out for you in terms of like music wise, because you're singing out there, right?
Yeah. 4 times a week.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. I would love to do something like that. I would love that. That'd be awesome.
When you and your partner have time, have a granny flat here, come and visit Cancun. Well, it's in the middle of just south of Cancun, but so come and visit. I've got a little studio. We can do some writing. You and your other half can have some beach time as well. It'd be super cool. But no, absolutely. It's funny because when I was living in England, if I'd said I'm going to go and sing in Mexico, like, and I'm going to have like a residency in 4 places every single week, I'd be like, fuck, that's amazing. Now I'm here, I'm thinking, I've got to sing tonight, which is great, but I don't feel like it's a residency because it's my home. Now,
right, okay.
You know, like, but when I was in London, but oh my God, I'm going to be singing in Mexico. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm singing tonight. But it doesn't, because it's where I live, it doesn't feel like...
The novelty's worn off.
It's work at the end of the day. You know, it's amazing and it's a blessing, but it is work. You know, no matter... I mean, I remember when I went out, I went and sang in a place called the Duplex in New York many years ago. And literally flew out for one night only, pretty much. It was 2 nights, actually. Once in... Chinatown and one in this place called the Duplex where Barbara Streisand has sang and Bette Midler has sang and everything back in the day.
That's awesome.
And I remember there was a big poster outside, you know, in the middle of like New York saying Jaden Cornelious for one night only. Oh mate, I thought I'd made it. That was it. You know? And actually, you know, if you'd said and you're going to go to Cancun and sing, I'd be like, fuck no, man, that's incredible. But I don't think, oh my God, I'm going to sing tonight. That's incredible, because I've got to pack up the car, feed the dogs. You know, it's different now because I live there. If someone said, oh, you've been invited to London to sing, I'd be like, oh my God, man, that's so cool. Because it's the other side of the world, right?
Yeah. Incredible, man.
Well, Paul Middleton, you are bloody amazing. I am a fan. I'm really excited about a possible future collaboration. That would be super amazing. So we need to have a little chat about that at some point and work out how we're going to do that. Thank you so much. So people can follow you on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Fantastic. I should be sharing.
Come and say hello. Come and say hello, and I'll say hello if anyone's interested. And yeah, it'd be nice to connect. So,
no, there will be, mate. We've just seen one of your videos. You know, you have a phenomenal voice, and we're going to leave the show with another one of your videos as well. So, you know, songs that people all recognise from Shania Twain. And I think the second one, was Take On Me by a-ha. So I think that was one of my other favourites. So I'm going to have a look. But guys at home, you need to be going onto this guy's YouTube and check him out, because there are some amazing videos, some bloody beautiful songs, and you so won't be disappointed. Paul Middleton, thank you so much for being. Thank
you so much for having me, Jane. I really appreciate it. And,
always a pleasure. Well, when your new album comes out, you know, like, let's touch base, let's do another show, and let's promote it. Let's have a chat.
Yeah, awesome.
Right, dude. Take care, and I'll feed us in.
There you go. Bye bye.
See you later, mate. Bye. So super cool to be talking to Paul. Right. Anyway, so because I really, really love this guy's voice and his music, you're in for a special treat, because normally we play one song to let this show go out. And you really do need to be hearing Still the One, because it's such a beautiful rendition of the Shania Twain classic. However, I really love Take On Me, a-ha, as well. So he also done that spectacularly. So you're going to get 2 songs on the way out today. So how lucky are you? Oh my God, it's like Paulville. It's wonderful. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking part in today's show. Paul, you're a bloody star, and I really appreciate your time to come and speak to me on my show. And you kids at home, thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments. Please share. Please like. Please subscribe. Please tell all your friends about it. And definitely check me at Jaden Cornelious out on my social media profiles as well. It would be lovely to chat to you here and on Facebook and on TikTok and on Twitter and on Instagram and wherever else I'm hanging around. So please don't be shy. Come and say hello. I'm going to leave you now with 2 super songs from Paul Middleton. The first one being a-ha, Take On Me, and the second one being a cover of Shania Twain, You're Still the One. Enjoy. Go and show that brother some love. Go and subscribe. Go and share him. Go and say hello to him on all of his social media. You definitely won't regret it. He's such a super nice guy. And I'll see you next Sunday on The Jaden Show. Take care. Bye-bye.
Talking away, I don't know what up to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, and take on Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Things that you say, yeah, is it a lie for just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember. You shine away. I'll be coming for you anyway. On me. Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come up, baby. We might have took the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. Things that I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still the one I kiss goodnight. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still the one I kiss goodnight. So glad we made it. Look how far we've come up, baby. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and also check out my music, which is available on all music platforms.